Okay guys, section 4 finally. Complete the notes below, write one word only for each answer. Now you can see out of 10 how many answers are correct. Just do one thing, if you catch the correct answer, just write one or you can write one tick. And if you first time catch the wrong answer, just cross. So at the end you can count the ticks and then tell me out of 10. In the first attempt I got 8 correct answers, 9 correct answers and all that. History of weather forecasting. Now think about weather forecasting. Have you ever seen weather forecasting on TV? They come and they show you clouds and winds and rain and all that. So now this audio or this conversation or talk is about weather forecasting. You can see it's one word only, no number, only one word. Ancient cultures. In the first bullet point there is no question. So when the audio starts, it goes on for some time, don't worry, they would be covering the first bullet point. Second bullet point, many cultures invented. For cultures they might use the word civilizations, they might use the word old people, old cultures, old civilizations, invented dash and other ceremonies. Now dash and other ceremonies. So the answer may come before ceremonies or after ceremonies. To make the weather gods friendly. Let's see, I play the audio and you got to focus.
In this series of lectures about the history of weather forecasting, I'll start by examining its early history. That'll be the subject of today's talk. Okay, so we'll start by going back thousands of years. Most ancient cultures had weather gods, and weather catastrophes, such as floods, played an important role in many creation myths. Generally, weather was attributed to the whims of the gods, as the wide range of weather gods in various cultures shows. For instance, there's the Egyptian sun god Ra, and Thor, the Norse god of thunder and lightning. Many ancient civilizations developed rites such as dances in order to make the weather gods look kindly on them.
Dances, that's right. For invented, I think they use the word created, developed, exactly. Invented or developed and then dances. Alright, question number 32. People needed to observe observe and interpret the sky to ensure their dash. Interpret the sky to ensure their means people's, something that is related to people. Now just focus, people needed to observe and interpret the sky to ensure their something. Now what that is, listen very carefully. An answer is related to the sky to ensure people's something. For that they may use the word their, you will focus the word their, or you will focus the word people's. Yeah.
But the weather was of daily importance. Observing the skies and drawing the correct conclusions from these observations was really important. In fact, their survival depended on it.
See that? In fact, their survival. So you focus the word their, or it could be people's, and answer would be their, survival. And spelling should be correct. If spelling is wrong, answer is wrong, exactly. Okay, question number 33. Around 650 BC, Babylonians started forecasting using weather phenomena such as. Now, weather phenomena such as, the answer is a weather phenomena. And remember, answer is one word. So, one word, weather phenomena, something like sky, stars, or anything that's what you see in the sky. Because you know, weather is always related to the sky. Right, so something that is actually there. Weather phenomena, it can be wind also. Wind is a weather phenomena. Okay, storm is a weather phenomena. Let's see what that is.
It isn't known when people first started to observe the skies, but at around 650 BC, the Babylonians produced the first short-range weather forecasts based on their observations of clouds and other phenomena.
Based on their observations of clouds and other phenomena. So clouds, plural, that will be the answer. Okay, question number 34. By 300 BC, the Chinese had a calendar made up of a number of dash connected with the weather. Number of dash. Now look here. For number of, they may use number. For example, 20 dash. Now 20 means number of. In IELTS reading also, if in the question they use number of, for example, and in the passage they use 25, 35, 100. So you just need to focus on number, and after the number, whatever they say, that will be your answer, right? So let's see what that is. And it will be plural because they said number of. It can be like a plural answer.
The Chinese also recognized weather patterns, and by 300 BC, astronomers had developed a calendar which divided the year into 24 festivals, each associated with a different weather phenomenon.
See that? And if you don't know number of and 24, you'll be moving around. So number of, now remember, feed kar le yahan pe. Whenever they use the word number of, they will use a number, and in reading also they do the same. Number of and 24 festivals. So the answer is festivals. And if you write singular, grammatically that is wrong. If your answer is grammatically wrong in IELTS, it's wrong answer, right? Okay, let's go on. Ancient Greeks, and there are 2 bullet points with no question. It means audio will go on and on and on. And by the way, you will not come to 35 directly. You need to come through the bullet points also. Because you know, if you are waiting at 35, answer will come and go and you will not be ready, right? So you need to go on with the audio. Question number 35. Aristotle also described halos and dash. Now the answer will come with halos. If you don't know what they are something related to the stars, planets and stars. Halos and dash. Now what that thing is, answer will come directly with halos. They can say not only halos but also halos and dash, dash and halos, whatever it is. Let's see.
For nearly 2,000 years, the ancient Greeks were the first to develop a more scientific approach to explaining the weather. The work of the philosopher and scientist Aristotle in the 4th century BC is especially noteworthy, as his ideas held sway for nearly 2,000 years. In 340 BC, he wrote a book in which he attempted to account for the formation of rain, clouds, wind, and storms. He also described celestial phenomena such as halos, that is, bright circles of light around the sun, the moon, and bright stars, and comets.
Comets. How do you spell that? C-O-M-E-T-S. Comets. Yeah. And first they explained halos, the bright light around the stars, and then they said and comets. So you should know the spelling. If the spelling is wrong, your answer is wrong. C-O-M-E-T-S. Next, Middle Ages. First bullet point, Aristotle's work considered accurate. 36. Many proverbs, for example, about the significance of the color of the dash. Now listen, they will talk about proverb in the audio, and that proverb will be about the color of some weather phenomena, right? And that thing is going to be the answer. For example, blue sky, black clouds, right? So the question is many proverbs about the significance of the color of the clouds. If they say black clouds, grey clouds, white clouds, or if they say about sky, so that will be the answer. Is that clear? Yeah.
For nearly 2,000 years, Aristotle's work was accepted as the chief authority on weather theory. Alongside this, though, in the Middle Ages, weather observations were passed on in the form of proverbs, such as red sky at night, shepherd's delight, red sky in the morning, shepherd's warning. Many of these are based on very good observations and are accurate, as contemporary meteorologists have discovered.
Sky, what? You need to answer actively, energetically. Okay? बाहर जाना है कि नहीं जाना? कि यहाँ से बाहर निकाल दूँ, okay? Come on. So, red sky at night, shepherd's delight. Red sky in the morning, shepherd's warning. Means it's going to rain. Red sky in the morning means it can be stormy, it can be rainy and all that. Now red sky, so red is actually the color of the sky. Good, very good. Sky is the answer. Be active and alert. Yeah, don't be lazy. Question number 37. 15th to 19th centuries. 15th century, scientists recognized value of dash for the first time. Value of something. Scientists recognized value of something for the first time. Now let's see value of what. And for value, for example, if the answer is value of human, for example, so it can be human value. Right? Whenever they use of, usually the answer comes before. Let's see what that is.
For centuries, any attempt to forecast the weather could only be based on personal observations. But in the 15th century, scientists began to see the need for instruments. Until then, the only ones available were weather vanes to determine the wind direction and early versions of rain gauges.
Began to see the need for instrument, value of instrument and need for. Now value and need, these are synonyms in IELTS, right? Instruments, answer will be plural. I play it again.
For centuries, any attempt to forecast the weather could only be based on personal observations. But in the 15th century, scientists began to see the need for instruments. Until then, the only ones available were weather vanes to determine the wind direction and early versions of rain gauges.
Okay, question number 38. What is this first word? What is that? Galileo. Right? Galileo. Italian. He was Italian. Let's see how they pronounce it. Galileo invented the. If you know this already, you can find the answer without. He invented many things. But actually, Galileo invented something, and that is going to be related to weather. Let's see what that is.
In 1592, the Italian scientist and inventor Galileo developed the world's first thermometer. His student Torricelli later invented the barometer, which allowed people to measure atmospheric pressure.
Barometer his student invented later, but he invented thermometer. Galileo invented thermometer. Thermometer will be the answer. Okay, then there are two bullet points without question. Audio will continue. And finally 39. 18th century, Franklin identified the movement of dash. Listen, for movement, they can use any word that shows movement. It can be movement, it can be travel, it can be going in a direction, that means movement. So any word that talks about movement, and then the answer will come right after that, right? Let's see what that is.
In the 18th century, the scientist and politician Benjamin Franklin carried out work on electricity and lightning in particular. But he was also very interested in weather and studied it throughout most of his life. It was Franklin who discovered that storms generally travel from west to east.
Storms generally travel from west to east. So for identified, they use the word discovered. Franklin discovered the movement of storms, S-T-O-R-M-S. And for movement, they use the word travel from west to east. Okay, last question, question number 40. 19th century, data from different locations could be sent to the same place by means of something. How the data could be sent, like now we have internet, data could be sent by internet, but that time what was the mode where they transferred the data?
In addition to new meteorological instruments, other developments contributed to our understanding of the atmosphere. People in different locations began to keep records, and in the mid-19th century, the invention of the telegraph made it possible for these records to be collated.
Telegraph, exactly, invention of telegraph and all that. So out of 10, how many answers are correct? 10 by 10? 10 by 10? Huh? You're looking suspicious. Okay, all right. All the best with your IELTS listening. Thank you.